Hi, everyone. Welcome to the program. I'm Jeff Gerstmann, and I have been ranking 8-bit Nintendo Entertainment System games for 60 episodes now. This is episode 60 of this long-running series. If you're just joining us for the first time, well, there's no better time than the present to get in, I guess. You'd always go back and watch the episodes in the archive. They're all there for now. You never know what's going to happen these days on the internet. We've got quite a list going here. We have ranked 374 games. That's right. The list currently goes from Raid 2020 at the bottom to Mega Man 2 at the top. It's a really solid top 10 here. You know what? Really just an awesome looking top 20. Like, I feel like any one of these games, you could have a fantastic time with. Of these games, the Lone Ranger is the only one that I had not played. Oh, I'm sorry. Little Samson was another one. So Lone Ranger and Little Samson are the two games in the top 20 that I just simply had not seen back when they were new. Well, at number 21, we got Gun Knack. That's another one. But yes, it is quite the list. We are going to add to that list now. If you want to influence the list and the order in which these games get played, you can by signing up for the Patreon and joining the advisory panel. That's right. By joining that tier, you can pick games for this. Go to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann for more details on how you can ruin more of my Fridays. No, whatever. We've been on a run of some bad games lately. There are a lot of games that came out for this particular platform, and it turns out many of them are questionable. Raid 2020 is a relatively recent one that found its way to the bottom of the list, which was shocking. Even more recent is Deathbots, which we played last week. Turns out that the unlicensed games on this platform are no good. Who could have guessed? Who could have guessed that maybe the seal of quality means a lot of things. It doesn't mean a game is going to be good, but if a game doesn't have it, it feels like it's more likely than not that it's maybe not gonna go your way. I guess is sort of how that goes. It'll be interesting when we're all done to see what the highest ranking unlicensed game ends up being. There are some decent games that lack a license. For sure. And in some cases, there were versions that were released with and without. So you have a situation like RBI Baseball, which, if I had to pick the game, well, right now, RBI Baseball is number 11 on our list. And that was released in an unlicensed capacity. Though I believe that the Tengen thing, they did end up getting a license, and some of those games ended up coming out both ways. Licensed and unlicensed, and so I believe RBI Baseball is one of the games that was released both ways, but alas. Let's get into it. I chose the first game this week. Some other people have picked this game, but it felt like this was the right time for it. Let's see here. Let's get this. We need to get this working. This needs to be working if we're going to be doing this. Okay. This game is well known. Well regarded. I suppose so. Like, I feel like you see some mudslinging out there about it. But this game is called. You're keeping these things on an external hard drive now, and sometimes it spins down to go to sleep, and that means it might take a minute to launch. When you launch the first game in a session, and then the drive will have spun up, and when the drive is spun up, it actually loads super fucking fast. But until then, here we are. with a game called Metal Gear. All right. That guy shot at a tank for a while. That's probably good. He has located binoculars. That's probably good. Okay, yes, Big Boss speaking. Operation Intrude N313. Yeah, okay, we're to infiltrate the enemy fortress Outer Heaven, then destroy their final weapon, Metal Gear. First, attempts to contact missing our Gray Fox. Then try to find the Metal Gear. Use frequency 12085 for all communication with me, over. There's a lot of, all right, well, first things first. This is one of the sickest pieces of music. I was going to say in video games, but with that boom boom, it's fucking hits, man. We're gonna copy this onto a tape and then take it and put it in a mini truck, and then we're gonna drive around and set off car alarms with it. Okay, so it's some kind of, we don't really start with any weapons or really any very many items, and so we're just gonna have to procure some weapons on site, I guess. He's getting sleepy. He feels asleep, but he was really awake. So that's, if you haven't played this game, and a lot of people have, right? The localization here is not your friend. As far as I can tell, what we're seeing here, and I haven't looked this up, I'm sure someone has done the actual legwork. He says, I'm getting sleepy, and then he is literally asleep. He's not smoking cigarettes, those are Z's. And then when he says, I feel asleep, he wakes up. I assume that is supposed to say, I fell asleep. And he's like shocked that he fell asleep. And then he falls asleep again, and we can sneak past him. And he's asleep. These are dogs? These are dogs. Here's these binoculars I've heard so much about. And now as soon as we walk out of this truck, we're actually fucked. But now we have the binoculars, we could go equip those, and it's the binoculars are weird, because then it just turns you go away, it turns your icon into this. You could push in a direction like Superman for the Atari 2600 to see the screens near you. And also, it makes the enemies respawn in the room that you're in, which is like an extra level of frustration. So it's a stealth game, and it's mechanically weird. It's mechanically weird in a way that then would go on to influence a genre. Certainly would lead to a franchise. Okay, we still have the binoculars. I wasn't sure if didn't think we dropped our things. So these guys don't fall asleep, but we just need to kind of try to sneak past them when they're not looking. Also, the camera perspective here is weird, right? It's kind of a 3/4 view here, and so if you want to hit enemies from above, like this dog that's below me, for example, getting the range right without bumping into an enemy kind of sucks. Oh man, I thought that the vision cone was so, like, shitty that I would be cool here. Alright, I have located card number 1. We're just gonna equip that now. And again, they're looking right at the beginning, and so as soon as you walk out of the truck... Uh-oh. The truck have started to move. These are famous lines of video game history. I don't need to repeat them. We all know them. Or maybe we don't anymore. That's kind of the weird thing, is like, you know, it's been so many years here. All right, we got this guy working security on the door. Okay, your turn. And then he just leaves. I assume that means it's a shift change. But no one comes. No one comes. And so, oh yeah, okay, someone does come. We've located some rations. And again, turns out walking in and out of a truck. Uh-oh. The truck have started to move. I could never remember. So this is kind of the moving trucks is a way to sort of teleport around the game's world here. We've got a call. Well, I don't, the call thing went off, but let's try old 10285. This is a weird screen, like you push left and right to set the frequency, and then you push up to send. And no one is, the big boss is not responding. Did any of these go anywhere else? Like, we should have just gone in that building that we were at, but now that we're at low health and just wandering around, let's just die somewhere. Who cares? Where is this? Oh, this... Oh, right, there are mines out here. What the f... That's weird. I should almost just die. I guess in the split second after the message was displayed, but before he actually fell asleep, he looked in my direction? It's weird. And so this is kind of a weird version of the game now because, as many people in the live chat are talking about, they're just talking about the MSX version, which was the original version of the game. This version, I guess, was not directly made by Hideo Kojima, and so it's a port by a different team, you know, and then they went on to make a sequel, which we'll get into someday. But this game is not identical to the MSX version of the game, which is widely viewed as a better game. But this was all we had, and so I don't know. When this game came out, I fucking played the shit out of it. Because it was like, there was really nothing like it. You know, this kind of open area stealth kind of thing. You know, you're on the radio, you know, there's there's just kind of a lot happening in this game that you don't really see in a lot of other games. Certainly not in like 88 or whatever. Now, man, I'm hiding from a dude. Hey, buddy! Like Big Boss's calls, and this has kind of been a series tradition, I suppose. He's always just calling you, you know, like right when you're at a thing, but also like at the weirdest times. Like you just walked into a room with a dude, and you're like, "Hey, your mission's to infiltrate. Be careful not to let enemy detect you." Oh, okay, thanks. I'll be careful not to let enemy detect me. And so I think this is just the same message again. I got lulled into a false sense of security because all those dudes disappeared when... Oh, jeez. So maybe we can just, well, we're gonna, yeah. I guess I get to use my rations there, but whatever. I thought for sure we would have started inside the building. I didn't realize that the spawn was all the way back here. That's actually crazy. See, like there, it's kind of a weird... I didn't take damage, I didn't actually touch him, but he still made the alarm noise. I guess I can just go. Who cares? Okay, my turn. Think that's a level 1 door there? Oh, there's a lot of guys. What? Yeah, I'm... Oh, here's the gas mask. It stinks, he says. It's kind of dumb, the number of doors and like rooms you'll walk into that will just be like, oh, you're facing the direction of an enemy and now it's on. Like, it's just... if I remember correctly, this is mostly an early game problem. Okay, we can do this, right? Does that work? Or do I have to... No. It's the other menu. I have to go to the screen. So I think the hole is still technically there, but it is frozen and won't open any further. So we're going from the first floor to the third floor, and there's theoretically stuff on the second floor, but this elevator doesn't go there, I think is how that works. Cameras. If we're really close to the wall here, the camera won't see us. So you can kind of just do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Is this where the gun is? No, okay, we can't open that door, but I think we can open this one. Is this the first hostage in this room? No, this is ammo. I think we can do this, right? Yeah. Ah. Okay. Ah, the gas! We were low on health and we died of the gas. Fuck you! Are you kidding me? I thought for sure we would have started like either in the elevator or at the entrance of... I can't believe... I am having a hard time... Like, I don't remember the checkpointing being this miserable. Oh, he said it as soon as I walked in, so he might... Okay. Hee hee ha 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 ha. Punch that man 3 times. Give him the business. Oh, the other guy was facing up. That was a dumb move on my part. That's what you want to do, is you want to walk right there so you're already ready to punch. So I can just, maybe this is a good time to... Maybe just fuck it, it's just one guy, right? What's he gonna do? Annoyingly, the respawn doesn't let you just walk right back in the truck. You can't just push left. You have to get up a little bit and left is where it puts you. 3 rations you can hold maximum? I can never remember. My turn. I could have gone to the right there as well, and maybe the pistol's down that way. Not that, I mean, whatever. Like, the pistol is actually a pain in the ass. It's not necessarily, like, good, you know, because it's loud, it alerts everybody. It's not the game changer you think it might be. Alright, that guy's already rescued, which is good, because sometimes you can fuck up and shoot a hostage, and then you go down in rank, and that's not good. Okay. Gas mask. Oh, wait. So we need to open the door. Okay, we actually need to walk in there, huh? So I guess the solution is don't come in this room if you don't have any health at all, like I did last time. Oh, we got a call. Hey, Big Boss here. I forget to tell you something. You will need your gas mask in gas-covered areas. Schneider knows the location of the gas mask. Not going to tell you his frequency. You know, the super from fucking... I forget to tell you something. You can stay my home. And so now I guess I need to hope that this is a card 1 door. It is. Okay. He has something to say. Foxhounder infiltrated the enemy several days ago. They have captured him, but he is alive. And then you're fucked again. Like, it's such a bad... It's so stupid. Like, that's particular aspect of this game. Of like, hey, yeah, the spawn here is you in full view of a thing, and so you have to deal with the alarm. Foxhounder. The most deadliest trap of them all. Weird rolling cylinder death trap. Can't go in that door. Maybe this one. This changes everything. We've located card number 2. Is this a card number 2 door? We'll never know unless we try. So that's the thing you have to deal with, is like, it doesn't say anywhere on the door what number it takes, and you have to have the right card equipped. You don't just equip cards in your inventory and Snake will try them all. This, I can't go here yet, can I? Is this where you need the remote control missile? Yeah. Let's see what I forgot to tell you. Destroy the electric control panel to avoid high voltage shocks. Schneider can tell you the location of the remote control missile. And so we could, like, sit here and, like, theoretically just try every frequency. Is it 14? I legit don't remember. But this is information you theoretically get somewhere else. Snake, look on the back of the box. No. .33 was one of them. Yeah, there are a few different frequencies. But I don't remember. I mean, whatever. We're supposed to go back. Is the actual answer. And now we have card 2, which maybe in theory opens some 7-9. Let's try 7-9. Probably have to be on the screen where we need the item. No, you leave me alone. It's Big Boss Guy. Very forgetful. He's always almost letting me die. You know, it's. I didn't know better. Schneider here. The remote control missiles in the southwest. Over. Oh. Get some Tex-Mex. Ooh, let's get there and punch this guy. Okay, so now we've got the weird rolling thing we've got to run. I guess we could get some more C4 while we're here. I think that thing just straight up kills you, too. It's not like you take damage. It's like, oh, the rolling thing rolled over you and you are now dead. Okay, we couldn't get in this upper door before, right? Is this a... yeah. I've located a missile. It was in the southwest. Can I hold more than 5? Nope. Okay. I remembered this being a thing that you did later in the game, but I don't know. There is a little bit of wiggle room about how you deal with some of this stuff. Let's get some more C4 in case we have to blow up a tank later or something. So this game, I don't know, like, I think that there are finicky things about this game, especially in regards to Snake's position on the screen and the range of the punch. Like, I think that this stuff, especially when you're punching down, sucks. Do I get any extra C4 off that? No, I think I can only hold 5, so. That might be a rank thing, too. I know you hold more rations as your rank goes up, but... Great sight lines. And so, like, there's a bunch of funky, like, you know, like, the way you have to work the menus and all of this stuff is really clunky. Frustratingly so. But I think the game around it is worth it. In a lot of cases. Can I... This is where we, like, do we get a call from someone here? And do we learn another frequency here? I seem to remember that being the case. Is it a card 1 door? Yes. Oh, that's a... Resistance fighter Diane will now support us over frequency 12033. Diane is familiar with enemy activity. This is Steve. Diane? No. She's out shopping. She hasn't come back yet. Thanks, Steve. Oh, these guys are not moving. So we'll wait for that and then go and then pop, pop, pop. So we're on the 3rd floor. There's a roof. And here we can also get to the 2nd floor. Let's try the roof, though. I cannot remember where to go. Like this is... We have hit the limit of things I remember about... Oh, you need like a wind suit or something, right? I forgot to tell you, there are window barriers installed on the rooftop. Search for a bomb blast suit. What does that mean? There are window barriers on the roof. You need a bomb blast suit. Window barriers? So probably wind, right? Because you're getting... Because it goes... Woo, woo. Like we're getting blown back by the wind. So a heavy bomb blast suit would maybe let you walk in the... So yeah, you know, as a kid, you're dealing with this stuff and you're just like, dude, we gotta get this window barriers. You understand? And then this guy's just permanently asleep, right? There are laser barriers here that will set off the alarm, if I remember right. There's something. That guy's got nothing more to say. Not card 1. Maybe card 2? Nope. Nope. Not a card 1 door, not a card 2 door. So, nothing more we can do here now. Yeah, see? Told you. Shit. What? That is some bullshit. All right, we'll go around. I think that stuff sucks, man. I like legit. There's stuff about this game where it just is inconsistent as a stealth game, you know, and it puts you in these positions just due to your spawn or the way you are drawn onto the screen or where you are, that like an alarm is automatic and unavoidable in ways that are not like cool or tension building or whatever. And it feels inconsistent with the rest of the game. Okay, I don't think I've been in there, right? Is this still the 2nd floor? lot of dudes here. Nope. You rarely get to hear this much of this song. Caught me slipping. So that other door is the other door, so that just leads to more explosives, and then we need to get the cards so we can walk through that top area. So this isn't actually useful, because we're full up on this stuff. Okay, I think we've exhausted everything we can do on the second floor right now, but we have not been onto this section of the first floor yet. I think we could have gone to this section. This is the part where there's trucks and stuff. And yeah, there's that there. And then here are some trucks, and I want to say the pistol or something. Oh, no. Maybe it's the next room over. That door leads us outside. We don't necessarily want to go there. Also, I think this is going to be a card 1 door, because we wouldn't have card 2 here if we were coming. Oh, I was wrong. We're fucked. So maybe it's a card 2 door? Nope, not a card door 2 door either. Ah, that guy decided to shoot. I swear, if we spawn back at the beginning of this game. Are you shitting me, dude? This stuff sucks, man. Like, quality of life is low on Operation Intrude N313, dude. Uh-oh. Okay. This is a really good tune also, but this track is just a little too... It's a little too good. It's a little too spy. Yeah, a little too Mission Impossible, a little too, yeah. Right, I knew there were some trucks over here somewhere. I've located a handgun. One of the nice things about the gun is this. When you dry fire the gun, it doesn't matter, man. I'm just going in this truck. Oh, God. Everyone's so mad everywhere. Now we've got landmines. And so this is the other side of that door, but I can't actually get there from here, can I? So that means I would have to go... Man. Shit. I don't know if card 2 gets me up out of that door and lets me go outside. I think up out of that door is outside, isn't it? Or do I go use these landmines to fight the tank now? Because there's a truck that'll lead me to the tank. Oh, I fucked that up. Ah, there's no way back into this room without dealing with it, huh? Okay. Annoying. So now if I get the ammo, it'll actually load the pistol. Yeah. That's right. Run at the bullets. Wait. Oh, I didn't have card 2 before. Right. This is not the same door that I thought it was. Okay. Yeah. And then this just goes on all the time. Just option silencer. Now we have a grenade launcher. Very handy. For whatever fight that is. This just puts you get the binoculars reticle out in front of you, and you can just fucking blow shit up with that. Very effective. In like this is a game about counter items, like items and or encounters, and having the exact right item for that encounter. That's how I always remember it. I have located cardboard. It's very good. This game's very good. Like, it's kind of insane for how much time, when you think about the Metal Gear franchise, and all of the games, and you think about all of the time spent going to Los Angeles to like learn CQC techniques and like shoot a bunch of guns and understand what firing guns is like, and like all of that stuff that they went to go do to make the Metal Gear Solid games more realistic. That also, in most, if not all of those games, you can get in a fucking cardboard box. And that is a big stealth technique. And just the playful, stupid shit that originated, if not, in the MSX version of the game, if we want to do the lineage correctly. And think about all of the other stuff that came from this insane video game that then permeated the rest of the fucking franchise in like weird throwback ways. Like they were just like, well, we can't make a Metal Gear game if we don't have a cardboard box. Like they absolutely could have done that. They could have made Metal Gear games without a cardboard box ever again, but they didn't. Or, actually I did. Was there one in 3? Is there one in MGS3? But that they let it become synonymous with the modern franchise. They allowed it to continue. They allowed the like mechanics that like made sense because 8-bit gaming is 8-bit gaming, and we were all figuring it out, and all that like all of the crazy ideas, or many of the crazy ideas that they had back in the 80s, were things that they were just like, no, fuck it, dude. We're making a new one of these. We're going to keep we're going to keep fucking doing it. Because that's the insane thing. And like whether they were doing it to make each other laugh or whatever, it almost doesn't matter. But it's just crazy. It's like how silly those games are. That's not, that has no real bearing on science, obviously, but fascinating just the same. Look at this idiotic sequence. Right, I needed to wait until... So do I need to take the truck to where the tank is? Is that the only thing I can have left to do? Or I guess I didn't go down from here, did I? Did I? No, I did not. That was a close one. Foxhounder agent Gray Fox is locked up in a hidden solitary cell room. You have to make sure you don't hit A to advance the conversation and accidentally shoot the guy. If I had the box equipped when I was walking on the screen, would that help? A box. Like, I don't need to shoot these guys, but it's a lot more fun. Let's try and go in the one on the right first. Best way to get to the hidden cell room is to let the enemy capture you on purpose. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. How would I even do that? Maybe I'll just walk into this truck. I can't move. It literally won't let me. Oh, I'm under arrest? It's a really insane thing to say. Big boss here. You did it. Locate the Gray Fox's hidden cells. Check the way. Over. Hey, check the way. I need scissors. All this. I checked the way. You must be a newcomer to the movement. I'm Agent Gray Fox. The final weapon, the Metal Gear. It's a walking tank. Oh. A full. Oh, okay. This sounds cool. Man, this sounds like it'll be a really intense boss fight when I get to it, huh? Thanks for telling me all this intel about something I'm sure I'll fight later. On the Earth? Dr. Petrovich. Okay, yeah, he's the only one who knows. He's in like building 3 or something. Okay, building 1. Oh, again, the building is not numbered in the game. Like, there's nothing, there's no signage where you go like, oh, this is building 1. Wait, where's my stuff? I can't remember. Is it in the next room over, or did I... Now imagine getting dumped into this room as a child, and this being the only information you get. Now, locate the Gray Fox's hidden cells. Check the way. Over. Up until this point, you have never been asked to punch open a door. But that does happen. Like, this is all they give you. And you're like, oh, but like you have no equipment anymore. Your gear is gone. And there's no, like, if that thing had been written better, and I would be curious to see what that reads like in Japanese. Though I guess did this version of the, yeah, I guess this version did come out in Japan. I am the shotgunner. Nobody has ever escaped from here. I have recaptured our weapons and equipment. I don't have a lot of ammo, do I? I don't have a lot. Get rid of this transmitter. I'm not a dummy. The people's weaponry. I mean, I could shoot missiles at him. Would that work? Okay. We'll go get more missiles later. I mean, or we won't. We're just about done sciencing this, ultimately. Hey. What's this door do? Nothing yet. But I bet this door to the right is a card 3 door. Is it a card 2 door? It is. I've located some body armor. Fucking smoked that dog. What is this? It's a bomb blast suit. I'm ready for some rooftop shenanigans now. This leads right back into that other area, right? Yeah, this is... Oh, no. Okay, this takes us outside. I remember this actually, yeah. I remember this being kind of a crazy moment of like, you do all that stuff and then you're back outside. You're like, oh my God. This is like a... So this is like a Zelda-esque maze, isn't it? Yeah. Another case of just like, well, what do you do here? You know what I mean? There are mines here. And I don't know, I don't have a way to see them, do I? Yeah. Oh well. I was mostly just fucking around anyway at that point. Let's see where it starts us. Now we start inside. It's funny. But I guess I could go right out this door and then take the truck and be right back to that tank fight. It's right there. Huh? Anyway, that's Metal Gear. This is a really good noise. The like transceiver static noise. I'm torn, man. Like there's a lot about that game that is frustrating. And quality of life stuff is really shitty. You know, there are things about this game that are mysterious in ways that are like a little bit unfair. Because like the manual gives you a little bit of assistance, but not in the ways you would actually need. And that's frustrating. The localization doesn't do it any favors, but yeah, also nostalgically speaking, I wouldn't have it any other way. The way this game is in those specific ways, it's perfect. It is perfectly evocative of the era in both the good and the bad ways. Like Metal Gear in some ways, like now that we've played close to 400 of these things, is the canonical NES game. It's the questionable localization that people often love to laugh at. It is some like that localization, those localization issues give it some mystery that it probably did not intend to have. That your young mind has to fill in weird blanks and go like, well, all right. And as a kid, I don't think anyone realized, or I certainly didn't, that those were localization issues. You never thought of it as like, oh, well, this was in Japanese, and they had instead it was just like, well, I don't know why they're talking this way. It's got areas like that little kind of maze thing that are straight bullshit if you don't have any like hints as to what to do. You've got the transceiver that has so much capability of like bridging those gaps, but they don't always do it. And that's really like, yeah, there's stuff about it that like ultimately, I guess what I'm saying is I would not change a thing about it. Also, like, I think that revisiting it now, it is a notably worse game than it was in my head. Like, there's just stuff about the way the sprites are drawn, the camera, whatever you want to attribute it to, but the range of that punch and lining up those punches is really shitty. There's a lot of quality of life stuff around the menus that just sucks. You think about something like The Legend of Zelda and its subscreen and what it was able to let you do like relatively quickly. Like if you were remaking it now, you would want it to just jump to the subscreen instead of the stupid scroll. But the scroll has style. I don't know. But instead of like, okay, I need to hit this button and then I need to pick if I'm altering my weapons or my equipment or if I'm going to the transceiver, like there's stuff that could have been done there that would have streamlined that process. That it would still be era appropriate. If you want to tell me, hey man, no one was doing the thing where if it just would try all of your card keys all at once, that was not a common thing, and other games were certainly guilty of things like that in that era, I'd be like, yeah. Castle Wolfenstein did not break your keys up into, hey, you've got to try. You just walked up to a door and you hit a button and it said, trying your keys, and it would tell you if it opened it or not. And that game predates this by years. Not that, I mean, whatever. It's neither here nor there. But there are things about this. It's funny, like revisiting it with like even just like the loosest knowledge still rattling around in my head, because I think we made it way further than I ever would have expected. But yeah, I think there's like a lot of sub-screen stuff they could have done to make the game better that would that other games were doing at the time. That's not unheard of. It's not. I don't think that's asking too much for that aspect of the game to be streamlined a little bit. I don't think it's an unfair criticism, I guess is my point. It's great music. It's a cool array, like assortment of gear. It's weird. Like even removed from the kind of translation stuff and the weirdness that brings to it, it is still a game where you are cycling through transceiver frequencies to try to call Diane and figure out, that aspect of the game just gave it like mystery that it didn't have otherwise. The way when you get captured that they put an item in your inventory that if you don't notice it and remove it means you're going to get jumped over and over again for the rest of the game is incredible. That's such a fucking cool, that's such a fucking awesome thing that they thought of. Other games were not operating on that level. Generally speaking, there's some adventure games for computers and text adventures, and you go back and look at like what is it? The Prisoner, the text adventure game, and what it tries to do to get you to type in the numbers and how devious it can get and all that other stuff. Like that's maybe a weird comparison to make here, but that transceiver or the transmitter thing in your inventory is like devious in a way that games kind of weren't at this point. And The Prisoner is actually a very devious, like a crazy ahead of its time, but also not necessarily worth going back to. Read about The Prisoner, read about that game sometime if you haven't, but you don't necessarily need to go play it. And so it's a game where it has a ton of cool ideas and it executes on very many of those ideas pretty well, to the point where you understand the rules of the game and how it works. I still think that there are a lot of areas on the game where as soon as you walk on screen and an alarm is set off or an enemy is looking right at you, that stuff just sort of sucks. That's not like fun. That's not like part of the combat puzzle of, oh, I need to walk around this loop this way so he doesn't see me and all this other, but a lot of that gets nullified as soon as you get a pistol anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. But early game, this is the early game stealth problem they were talking about with Star Wars Outlaw. No, it does so much. And in a lot of ways, I think it's something that is maybe not germane to the conversation we're having here right now, but just in the interest of talking about it again, I do think it is really amazing. So I think Metal Gear Solid is a frustrating video game and is not, it's short. It is clunky. It is more cutscene than game at a time when that was still not quite acceptable. And so I think Metal Gear Solid has a litany of problems. As a video game. As a work, you want to kind of think about it in a larger or more high-minded context than I think we were thinking about video games back then. It's kind of amazing. And the things that were put into that game, but I think that game lays a foundation that they don't really make good on until MGS2. And I think MGS2 is a fucking amazing video game. But MGS1, the fucking ice key, the like all of that stuff, man, it is so much running around and backtracking and all of that other stuff that is like so fucking annoying. But I think the intriguing part about MGS1 is when you see this game and then you see that game and you think about the time between Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 on the MSX and then Metal Gear Solid, and you look at the linkage and how direct some of it is, not only story or whatever, but the story is maybe tenuous in some ways. Mechanically, like Metal Gear Solid feels like the developers of Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 sat down after not having seen video games or made another video game or anything, and then got a hold of future technology and went like, I guess we can make another one of these. And then they did. And they, blew all their budget on cinematics and fucking anime shit. And in ways that it's like if this game, imagine if Metal Gear was twice as long because they just put a bunch of cutscenes in it or something. Like, it's kind of that, just, more technologically advanced, obviously, by virtue of it being on a PlayStation instead of an NES or an MSX. And I don't know, like it's intriguing to think back on now. I look at Metal Gear Solid more favorably now than I did at its time of release. But at the same time, it is fucking weird. And it's not a great video game. It's a fun little sandbox. Like, Metal Gear Solid, in a lot of ways, it's easy to say this now with the games that came after it, but Metal Gear Solid 1 feels like a demo. It's short. It's got some ideas. It's fun to like, oh, I can run around in circles. And these guys, like, it's fun. The clockwork nature of the stealth system in that game, of like, oh, I'm going to lean up against this wall and knock on it. And then I'm going to run around and do this and do. Like, there's fascinating stuff throughout there that, serves as a really amazing proof of concept. But also, I think just a lot of the particulars of what you do in that game in terms of like navigating the space, the places you need to go, the amount of backtracking you'd have to do, and what have you. I think that stuff is not that fun, and it attempts to kind of paper over some of that stuff by just having like what at the time was some of the most well-produced cutscenes that gaming had seen at the time, you know? And I am not going to fall for no banana and no tailpipe, man. Metal Gear Solid 1, if you strip away the production value of those cutscenes, it's not that great of a game. It never was. It never was. But it is the foundation for so much to come, and you know, the things that they were able to do, and the again, the detail they chose to focus on is really fascinating. That's neither here nor there. Metal Gear. If you had asked me before today, do you like Metal Gear Solid more than you like Metal Gear on the NES, I would have picked Metal Gear over Metal Gear Solid. But this game has a lot of issues. This game has a lot of issues. But as a kid, I derived so much enjoyment out of this game. Back when it was new. Twin snakes. Fuck that thing, man. What a Jesus Christ, twin snakes. People were so fucking. We're gonna get sidetracked and not play any other games if we keep this up. It's funny to see all of the takes now that I think are correct, of people saying that they think that Twin Snakes fucking sucks. Because when Twin Snakes came out, no one was saying Twin Snakes sucks. They were all saying, "Oh my god, this is a masterful." Like, people were falling all over themselves to suck off both of the Twin Snakes as hard as they could. But like, I did not encounter a single person that was like, "Fuck this," perhaps other than me. But like look at we fucking made even more cutscenes for our cutscene game. Like, fuck, leave me the fuck alone. No fucking thank you. But everyone loved Twin Snakes. Like, it's fun. Like, people now, I think, love to shit all over Twin Snakes. I don't know how much of that is, you know, obviously the worm has turned people. Dennis Dyack gets saddled with a lot of stuff now that he did not then. And I don't know how much of that factors into it. Most people probably don't even know the particulars of who Dennis Dyack is or any of that other stuff. So, but I'm sure for some people that probably does weigh in on it or whatever. But like, people loved that game then, and now it is fallen so far out of everyone. Like nope. All my homies hate Twin Snakes now. Metal Gear. Metal fucking Gear. It's such a curious thing. And obviously, if you don't know, the end of that game is you shooting missiles at a computer. You do not fight Metal Gear in this game. It is a really crazy, like, it is a really underwhelming ending. It is insane. It is like they wrote all this stuff and then didn't want to animate it or couldn't fit it on a cartridge or whatever. This version of the game, they were just like, yeah, I don't know, man. We're just gonna blow up a computer that is making the chip. I forget what the specifics are, but you blow up the computer and then it is revealed at some point in that process that, like, oh, by the way, I guess right before that, right? Like, oh, Big Boss is a bad guy. Oh my God. Like the first time of the 30 times they did it over the course of the franchise of like, wait a minute, the guy talking to me on the radio is not my friend. BioShock would later steal that. No, that'd be funny. No. It is the same trope, but not. Some people think BioShock invented it, which is funny for at least two reasons. Metal Gear? Like, is Metal Gear better than Karnov? Fuck, dude. I don't. What if you played as Karnov in Metal Gear? That would be a better game. Those checkpoints. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Karnov would burn a cardboard box. He would breathe fire at it and it would fucking explode, man. It would burn to the ground. Metal Gear is better than Karnov. Right? I mean, let's look down a little bit and make sure. Die Hard is like Metal Gear with the dial turned all the way to there's a like Die Hard is like an alternate universe Metal Gear. There's some kind of weird degree shifting. You fucking align the mirrors differently and power the crystal and we get warped to a different dimension and everyone loves Die Hard. But here it's, ambitious, but not nearly as good. Die Hard is a better game now in a weird way. Is there a ROM hack version of Die Hard out there that fixes a bunch of it? Oh, wow. I should give that a look. Metal Gear is definitely better than Golgo 13. I just, I want to make sure we're doing our due diligence here. It's definitely better than... Okay, so let's work our way up. It's better than Castle of Dragon. It's better than James Bond Jr., another espionage-tinged video game. It's better than Milan's Secret Castle? I guess it's better than Spelunker. Is it? Do you think Metal Gear is better than Dino Wars Destruction of Spondylus? Spondylus. Yeah, it's better than that. It's better than Donkey Kong 3. It's better than Kid Nicky. It's better than Golgo 13. Though, like if we're comparing characters, I think Duke Togo is maybe like a cooler fucking dude than Solid Snake. Solid Snake is just in Alaska with his dogs. He ain't fucking. Duke Togo is fucking, man. Duke Togo, he's not hiding in a cardboard box. He's on a helicopter with a rifle, fucking your shit up. Who would win in a fight? Golgo 13 with prep or... It's better. Metal Gear is better than MC Kids. It's better. Again, it is better than Die Hard. It's better than Clash at Demon Head. It's definitely better than Rad Racer. It's better than Bucky O'Hare. It is better than Strider. Metal Gear is better than Shatterhand. Metal Gear is better than Commando. Yeah. Incel Solid Snake is just watching that tape of cops shooting like cars with guns over and over again. And that was Mastering Edged Weapons. He's just watching that over and over again, going, and not leaving the house. I remember my dad brought that tape home from the gun store, and it's just like they're just shooting fucking burned out cars with guns, and it's so sick. And at the end of it, they've got like a fucking Mac 11 or something. They've got a submachine gun in a briefcase with like a little metal rod on the side of it that when you pull that, it works the trigger. And they're just like, yeah, surviving edged weapons. And then there's another one about straight up firearms that I want. It maybe isn't made by the same people, but it's definitely in the same vein as surviving edged weapons. And then they take this fucking briefcase fucking submachine gun, and they're just like shooting bullets out of. And as a kid, I was like, that's the sickest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And it etched into my memory in ways that things probably shouldn't. But I'm like, man, that is fucking so cool. Okay. See, if Solid Snake had a fucking briefcase fucking Mac 10. The Ingram M11. Metal Gear is better than Super Spy Hunter. It's better than Commando. Is Metal Gear better than Castlevania? Is Metal Gear better than Castlevania? Let's think our way up here. So it's better than Commando. It's better than Kung Fu. It's better than Kickle Cubicle. Metal Gear is better than Fire and Ice. Metal Gear is better than Metal Storm. Metal Gear is better than Adventure Island 2. Is Metal Gear better than Castlevania? Castlevania 1. Oh man, that's a really fucking tough one, because Castlevania, it's frustrating. I just watched a guy on the internet play through Castlevania 1 almost 2 full times yesterday. Metal Gear has downsides, man. It's got significant ones. But like the things it does and does well in terms of like, here's an open area, like it does kind of do that sandbox thing, an earlier version of it for sure. But the thing that people seem to like about Metal Gear Solid, like it's here. Most of it's here. Just crude. I guess maybe that's the thing. And it's easy to say that now because there's been so many games in the franchise. But Metal Gear is crude in a lot of ways. It's a lot of implied coolness. It's a lot of like, yeah, it's the same punch animation, but you don't really think of him as punching a wall. In your head, he's leaning up against it and checking it, and like there's when your brain fills in the blanks, that game becomes a lot more interesting. But what's there, the actual material? Castlevania's got fucking Frankenstein with a fucking dude on his shoulder that hops off and fucking comes to get you. It's got hell of Medusas. But then you get knocked into a hole over and over again, and it's frustrating, and it's very straightforward. I mean, it is just a I have to bring a charging cable out into the other room, and I'm going to keep thinking about this, and I'll be back in like 30 seconds or something. Man. My daughter is sick up in her room, and she has a Nintendo Switch up there, and it needs to be charged. The ambition of Metal Gear is more impressive than Castlevania. Castlevania is a very straightforward video game, and also it has issues of its own. It is not the perfect platformer by any means. Metal Gear is better than Castlevania. Metal Gear is better than Tecmo Bowl. Metal Gear is better than Cobra Triangle. Is Metal Gear better than Ninja Gaiden? Ninja Gaiden, I think, in some ways, is like if Castlevania 1 was good. It was just maybe a shitty thing to say, but like, but in terms of just like, hey, it's a platformer that I think is closer to perfecting the form. We still have sequels of both that we will have to rank here at some point, and it'll be interesting to see where those end up falling. But Ninja Gaiden 1 is really quite amazing. Man. Metal Gear is better than Ninja Gaiden. It is better than Mega Man 1. Metal Gear is better than Mega Man 1. Metal Gear is better than RC Pro-Am. It's really hard. It's really hard to measure this stuff because all of these games do have kind of weird downsides. Like you could make the case that like, oh, Blaster Master is like a really amazing concept, and the later levels they kind of have worn it out a little bit, and whatever else, you know, like there's like Gun.Smoke is a perfect video game in a lot of ways, but also you could argue, well, it's just a scrolling shooter. It's just, you know, like there's, you know, the ambition of the product kind of falters a little bit. It's like, hey, here's a really good arcade port. All right, let's try and rein in the other side a little bit. It's no Mega Man 2. It is no Super Mario Brothers. Metal Gear is not as good as Rygar. Metal Gear is not as good as DuckTales. And again, there's a purity of focus, you know, you know, as much as you want to think about the ambition of a game like Metal Gear, you also have these games that dial in their thing so fucking perfect Like, Metal Gear is not better than Punch-Out. You could make the case that, like, Punch-Out is such a very narrow thing that you go like, well, Metal Gear has so much more, you know, just the experience, you know, but it's also fucking janky, and the execution of the moment to moment action in Metal Gear is not awesome. So Metal Gear's not better than Punch-Out. It's not better than RBI Baseball. It's not better than The Lone Ranger. It's not better than The Goonies 2. It is not better than Gun Dot Smoke. If RC Pro Am had more tracks, that would probably save it here. But Metal Gear is not better than Solomon's Key. Is Metal Gear better or worse than Jackal? Jackal fucking rips. Metal Gear is better than Jackal. The movement, one of the alarms on the cameras we have upstairs started going off as soon as I said that. Metal Gear is our new number 19. That's something that, like, as we were playing it, I was like, this is a game that could be a top 10 game or a top 100 game. I'm not sure. like there are definitely things about Metal Gear that are just fucking weird, man. But I think, scientifically speaking, Metal Gear does amazing, rad shit that you just didn't see a lot of on this platform. And unlike a lot of the other games that are kind of ambitious in this way, it executes on that stuff very well. That's what sets it apart from, Dick Tracy or, Die Hard. Some of the other games that we think about is like, hey, these games are fucked up, but they have ambition. This game has ambition and actually, like, nails a good chunk of what it's going for. It is also playful and weird, and again, has a level of mystery to it that you simply don't get out of most games. These are the things that set Metal Gear apart. And this is why the game still works in a way that, some of these games don't. I want to finish Metal Gear. I feel like we just played through like 2/3 of it or so. Maybe I'm misremembering a whole middle part. I guess you go to get the doctor and there's maybe that whole middle part is the stuff I forget before you go and finish the game. But that felt like that was a whole lot of that game. Congratulations to Metal Gear. One of the good Metal Gear games. My understanding is they made a sequel to this on the NES, and I have never played that game. And we'll get to that one someday. I guess now that we've played this one, we can play the sequel. Next up, Ian wanted to see a little something. This is not an NES game in my head. It's weird to me that this game exists on this platform. Launching games. Taking some time. I need to figure out this drive situation in this computer because this external drive thing sucks. This game is called The Last Ninja, which I guess takes place in space. What? The Last Ninja is an awesome video game that is like funky and a total mess on the Commodore 64. This, I have no idea what we're even in for. I don't think I've ever played this version of the game. The music already makes me angry. Okay, I'll hit start and we'll start playing the game. What to know about the nunchuckers? Don't lose this control. Pulling off this two-part problem could leave you flushed with success. Wait. I am tempted to turn the music off because everything I've heard so far is really bumming me out. There's really good music in the original version of this game. Okay, so isometric. So it automatically has you change directions. I gotta turn this down. And so if I'm moving and hit A, I will jump. If I'm moving and hit B, nothing. Start pauses, select, I bet does something because there is a bit of an inventory system in this game. The way that they did movement here is up on the D-pad runs this way. And that feels wrong to me. I feel like up on the D-pad should run this way. In most isometric games, I feel like that's the case. Unless I'm misremembering, but like this just feels... I don't know. This feels fucking terrible. Okay, well, it's just... Oh, how... Oh, that refills really quickly. We need to punch this square. There we go. Oh, they put a little noise in there to let you know you did it. That guy got up way fast. Way faster than other versions of the game. But we don't need to fight him. We can just go. Because we hit that button and that opened up this. And now we can walk in that and come down here and... So this was always a very, like... Okay, the B button picks stuff up. Because this was a single button game on the Commodore 64, there was a lot of, like, hold down the button and push down, and you will do a sluggish crouching animation where if your fist is aligned with the object just right, you'll pick up that key. Otherwise, you're not going to pick up that key, and you're going to spend, like, 20 minutes not picking up the key, and then you're going to take your own life in disgust. But also, it's an amazing game. The Last Ninja is a harsh mistress, I guess I would say. Okay, there's nothing that way. Oops, I don't need to go back up here. Do I have to go punch the fucking button again? Oh, God. Take my life. Okay, you just do that then, I guess. Why is the Statue of Liberty at the bottom? Because the ninja is in Central Park. just out here. This is a mess. Ninja must eat a hamburger. No, no, fuck you. He threw a ninja star at me. That guy running through the park just happens to have... Holy shit, dude. This sucks. So it's like it taps of the button, do punches and kicks. But I can't if I hold the button down too much. Okay. Oh, so if I get him twice, then he doesn't get back up? I see. No, don't jump. How to eat burger. I guess we're just holding the burger. Okay, so if I'm holding down select and push A, it will rotate my inventory. This guy's got a stick. I just find nunchucks in the ladies' bathroom. Is that... Or is that dynamite? I don't... Alright, we're just gonna leave. And not fight the stick guy. This music bums me out. The original game has such great music. It's like, it's the reason you would play it. Because it's... This is a game that a lot of people convinced themselves was one of the greatest games ever made when it came out. Because of what the standards were for kind of big games on the Commodore 64. I don't... But like, this is a game that if you go to play it now on a Commodore, I'm going to say even this version where you've got two buttons, like this is fucking scrutable. I remembered that there were, well, I guess it was next to it, but missed. Let's let him get up again, and then we'll kill him again. Ah, fucking... Alright, we don't want to waste all our ninja stars. Ah! It's such a dramatic noise when they hit. Oh, that guy... Dude, New York is fucked. So I think the key opens that gate. Okay, now he's trying to fight me. This is a really weird choice to put on. I mean, so this was a very popular game. This game was a big deal. It probably won awards in magazines and stuff, you know, as far as Commodore 64 games go. And it's a cool fucking game. But also, a lot of the mechanics and a lot of the things you had to do just to pick an item up in this game are so crappy. What? I don't remember this being the way that this screen worked. Oh, that's it? Hey, if you don't catch the boat there on the first try, then... Well... So in the Commodore version, there's a weird, there's like a bunch of logs and a bunch of like crap in the water. You have to like jump on, and you can't. It's hard to figure out where to stand and how to stand. Burger is back. Let me get Burger. We got Burger. Right. Okay, that's just the stick man. And so we've already walked around the circle and killed everybody all through here. Oh, we go this way. Somewhere there's some nunchucks. Oh, here's another bathroom. Cops patrolling the bathrooms, Central Park, keep people from getting up to who knows what. Ninja killed by cop. He hits so hard! Ninja has a life left. That's a fun touch. Trying to hit select, and there we go. Yeah, that's how we use those. But I don't think we can go the way of the where the guy is juggling bowling pins. I don't think we can. How often does that burger respawn? I guess every time you die, maybe. Maybe I should have been more judicious about returning for burger. Because it does seem like it gives me an extra life. We're gaming. Burger. Burger. So the other weird thing about this compared to the Commodore version is that you wouldn't always change directions. When you would push back, you would stay facing the same way. You would have to kind of like roll the joystick around to change directions. Burger. I have no idea how to dial this in. I have no idea how to get good at landing on boat. Burger. This boat was not in the Commodore 64 version of the game. But what was there was actually in some ways worse. But I had spent so much time over the years trying to jump across the water and trying to land on the right pieces of wood that you could actually stand on and were big enough for you to stand on. I'd spent enough time doing that I could make my way at least most of the way across most of the time. This is a really crummy version of this game. But this is also, like, so I would say the original version of this game is kind of some, you know, people that speak fondly of that game have not played it recently. Can I just walk on it? Surely not. And this, like, the guy moves a little better than the Commodore 64 version, but I think the style of that, like the graphical style there is a little bit better. All this music sucks too. Burger. We could try to, like, if I just keep jumping and flipping, maybe I will dodge the bowling pins, but I don't think you can make it through there. If I remember correctly. All right, I got whatever that is, a map, I guess. Now we've got a stick. Okay, apparently we can't go this way. Apparently that's not a way. So this would be a case where I think you would want to face one way and then walk backwards to crawl down, otherwise you fall to your death. Hopefully that's something they accounted for when they changed the way this game... No, they didn't. Oh, okay, they just... Okay, okay. Okay. Now we get to go back this way and die because of, we're gonna get hit by this fucking guy. Oh! Oh! I'm a ninja! Let's double check and see if the burger respawned. Sadly, no. Video games! Bees! Can I hurt the bees? I don't know that I can. I don't remember. This feels like that they took some liberties with the original game. Oh, I can't. And like there could be an object hidden here for me to pick up, but the way you pick things up in this version of the game is so like fucking weird that I don't. This was a very big you wouldn't realize it from seeing this version of the game, but the original version of this game was an insanely big deal. You know, different standards, different platform, all that sort of stuff. I can't jump off the edge. It won't let me, like it's invisible walling me here. I cannot jump on the boat. And so I'm thinking there's got to be something hidden in the bush, and then I jump back to where the bees are, maybe? Because otherwise, why would this be here at all? Is there a burger hidden in this bush? Shove the boat with your staff. That's a very funny, like, yeah, maybe, dude, but this is what happens when you swing the staff. So okay, well, I mashed all the buttons and then that happened. Bees! Oh, fuck this, dude. Ugh. Oh! Can't stand on the grass. That's an invisible wall. Can't jump on the grass. That would kill you. This is New York. Fuck me. Fuck this. Are you kidding me? This sucks, dude. This is a way worse game than the original. But the original game is difficult and like shitty in some similar ways. In ways of like, hey, it's really not easy to. This map's a bit flash. Use it well and it'll reveal a lot. Yeah, ninja talk. Ninjas are always talking about, oh, it's a bit flash. It does continue. Oh, well. Sadly, I don't have a ninja code to enter. I turned the music off. Okay. Got the key on the first try. Look at that. How dare you open that door, Burger? He died doing what he loved, trying to get a burger. As my brain fills in the gap on how these guys look, this guy that I'm fighting reminds me of professional wrestler Juice Robinson. Thank you, Stickman. This guy's all punk rock rules, man. Look at my mohawk. I love punk rock, and I'm in New York. I'm just bopping in Central Park, man. You ever watch The Warriors? No ninjas in that movie, but what if there was? Running out of the women's bathroom just like a ninja, shouting, "Fuck the cops." I'm sticking around to finish this guy. I guess I should go get the stick, huh? I mean, I guess I'm gonna... Oh, did I die? Should I go get another burger? Should I burger up? No, I guess I didn't die yet. Okay. Good. Well, I guess I'll go get a burger now. Why am I playing so carefully? I need to turn this off and never play it again. Burger. Ninjas. this fucking game. Burger. Burger. Okay. Burger. Oh! Burger. Okay. Burger. Burger. I mean, that wasn't. There, I did it. Okay. My actual win condition of can I get the burger on the first button press? And now we can stop playing. Fuck this game. Holy shit. The Last Ninja. I can't, like, there's no way I'll ever be able to get you to understand, because I don't know that I ever fully grasped it originally, but just how cool that game is in its original form. The Last Ninja for the Commodore 64 is like considered a classic. it's an amazing technical feat in a lot of ways. System 3 made like they made there's a Last Ninja 2, a Last Ninja 3. They made multiples of those games. And they're all sort of like what you just saw, because they're all these isometric games, and they're all very particular about like, oh, you're not standing on the exact right pixel for the pickup animation to grab the key, and so you've got to sit there and fiddle with it, and it sucks. And that stuff sucks. It's terrible. And the combat is similarly imprecise in the original version. Like this version of the game is not that different, but it's way worse. The music is no good. The adapting it to a 2-button controller doesn't actually help it, which is weird. The original game, you know, it's a single joystick control, single button joystick, and then I think you would have to use the keyboard to manipulate your inventory, like if you want to, you know, hold them nunchucks or hold your stick. But none of that boat shit. I don't remember any of that boat shit being in there. And I have finished the first level in that game before, at least once. That's a miserable experience, this video game. Like the combat feels bad. Like everything about the movement, everything about it feels bad. And it's funny because the box art for it, they've helpfully written the words "Game of the Year" on it. Because the original version of that game won awards, and it's cool, and it's cool as a computer game. There is an asterisk next to the Game of the Year, which I assume means on a Commodore and not on the fucking NES, where I'm sure it won 0 awards. Yuck. It's kind of it is sort of without redeeming qualities. But surely this is not a bottom 10 game. I mean, it's bad, but it's not. Let's think about it. Is The Last Ninja worse than Raid 2020? No, it is not. It is not. It's better than the Blues Brothers. You know, I was thinking like, oh, we would start down here and we would probably work our way up to somewhere in that range. But actually, now that I'm looking at these games, okay, it's better than Dragon's Lair. But this is not too far off. It's worse than Deadly Towers. It's this is, you know, like science. The big part about science is like eliminating this nostalgia, and the best way to do that is to kind of talk through it a little bit, which I feel like we did for this game. This game is worse than Friday the 13th. Is it worse than Time Lord? Time Lord is pretty fucking bad, dude. I mean, it's okay. I'm sitting, you know, is this worse than Super Pitfall? This might be worse than Super Pitfall. We might just be looking at here. I don't know. I'm having a hard time thinking about Time Lord. Is it worse than Time Lord? Yeah, I guess it is. It's yeah, because Time Lord, you know, at least the controlling of it is like sensible. The way they've implemented isometrics into this game, like everything about the perspective, like picking up an item in this game is a pain in the ass. That's how bad The Last Ninja for NES is. It's worse than Bart versus the Space Mutants, which is a really crazy. Again, these are crazy sentences to say. It's worse than Super Pitfall. And so I guess we are here. It's better than Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's better than Orb. It's better than Master Chew and the Drunkard Hugh. Who? Or Hugh? You think it'd be Hugh because it has to rhyme with Chew, but Chew and Hugh, or it just sounds better than Chew and Who, but it's an unlicensed game. It's an unlicensed game. Who knows what the intent was? It's easy to sit here and say, well, you pronounce that as Who for sure. But also, I'm not going to put it past the developers of that fucking insane thing to fucking be insane. It's our new number 345. Man, The Last Ninja. What a fucking disaster. And there you have it. Man. All right. I think we have time for one more here. Alex wanted to see this next one. Ooh. It's Magic Johnson's Fast Break. Pepsi, a nice Pepsi trademark. Fast Break, big earners. Look at that bouncing ball animation. Take your Amiga and throw it in the trash. This game probably doesn't deserve music this good. Wait. It lets me pause the demo. I have to select to go back. All right. Good luck, kid. Okay, so B changes players. Oh. This is Oh, that's the rule you're going to enforce, Magic. I like that we get to see Magic Johnson's smiling face for a backcourt violation. Like, A kind of is supposed to jump as well to block shots, but it doesn't work consistently. I love the shooting animation has like the vibe of just like, ugh, throw it up there, fuck it. Like, it just seems so fucking half-assed. Like, if you get close to the hoop, at least there's a jump shot, but it's not. Now that's a fast break. Just defense just standing there, just like, meh. Yeah, he's taking a shot, but I mean, what am I going to do? Jump up after it? No. This is... just flings it in the back. Just, ugh. Here we are at the end of the Pepsi first quarter. Hey, keep it up. Play better defense. How much you make a game with better defense? The jump ball at the second quarter. That's... Oops. Bah, 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 bah. How are we liking this for better defense, Magic? You on board with this? This is like Atari 2600 levels of complexity. This is super bad. Doesn't seem like there's any dunking in this. Great bomb. Oh, you just you saying that to them? Damn, Magic. I thought we were cool. Fuck you, man. Great bomb. Hey, you're playing good. Go for the 3-point shot. Yeah, because I'm landing a lot of those. No halftime show. Keep it up. Magic only cares about 3-pointers. It's the only thing that gets Magic going. And every time you land a 3, he pops up. What? This is just a weird game. Unacceptable. Nice shot. This game's insane. Hey, you're playing good. Defensively, go after the steal. Yeah, you're right. I'm definitely not stealing the ball. Magic Johnson says, use keys to open doors. Like, every shot has the animation of, like, a fucking buzzer beater. But it's like, oh, 2 seconds left on the clock. Better fling it up there. I'm at half court. It's really bizarre. Also, this game has 4-player support. I bet that's like... This game is like simple enough that I bet like playing it with people would be like not a terrible... Like it's this game is full of bullshit. Like the way you steal, the way like the way all that works, just kind of fucking sucks. Like but it sucks in a way that I bet would be like chaotic and like not a terrible time once or twice with some friends. Like it's super stupid. Oh, come on. Shoot the ball. It won't even let me shoot from the backcourt. Steals 132. 132 steals. My new salary is 2 million. What is this? What is this insane? Like, what? Okay. This is a great track. I like the logo. Let's just, for a minute here, see if it's any, like, what... Like, the stealing is not any harder on the higher difficulty level, so as long as you can get to him, you can still immediately take the ball back. But they are more aggressive about doing the same thing to you. Like, that's kind of the... It seems like that's the main way the difficulty changes, is they're just more aggressive with their shots and steals. Which makes the game, like, way less fun. Just from a, like, it just becomes frustrating at that point, because you're just, like, constantly getting jacked. And constantly jacking. And that's just, I don't know. That's just not a good basketball game. It's not how you want to spend your time playing a basketball game. It's just, like, in the middle of the court, stealing the ball back and forth. Like, that's not... But, like, I'm still able to intercept some of these passes like that, and even just the inbound passes, and... Weird. Also, the controls are a little lackluster. Like, right after a steal, it is hard to, like, pass. Like, it feels like it takes a second or so before it actually lets you pass the ball off, which leads to some unfortunate muggings. Okay, like, this seems winnable. Like, it seems like I would still potentially win this game. Like, it's just, it's you have to be very on. Like, and I don't want to be. Like, you have to be very, very aggressive at stealing the ball at all times and keeping it away. Okay, so, I mean, they'll have similar runs, right? Of doing this to me, because it's not like I can just not let them steal the ball. There's no functionality there for avoid getting the ball stolen. All right. That's Magic Johnson's fast break. Look for the fast break. Thanks, Magic. Not a good basketball game. I could see that being fun with a friend and then super frustrating because of how easy it is to steal. And you just don't have a lot of moves offensively. You know, you're kind of, like I said, an Atari 2600 level of complexity on display here. And the nicest thing you could say about it is that it has 4-player support, which a lot of games did not. Which also tells me that this is probably made a little bit later than you might think for how fucking extremely basic it is. Yeah, not a good basketball game. It's no Double Dribble, let's say. Yeah, it's the music is, you know, hey, Tim Follin did some music for it, and that stuff's good. But that's, you know, that only goes so far. A rental game through and through. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm good. I don't think I ever need to play that game again. It's not like it has a season mode or anything that you're like, oh, I need to play multiple games of this. Like, if you're playing it multiplayer, then at least there's that, and you can at least both deal with the bullshit. But that is a game full of bullshit instead of basketball. And that's only fun once, and then you're just like, fuck, man, every time I try to make 2 steps, I'm getting the ball stolen or the pass intercepted or whatever. Like, it's just not. It's no good. It's no Rambo. That's for sure. Though if every time I got a 3-pointer in Rambo, if Rambo came on the screen and said, nice shot, that would be good. It's no elevator action. It's no James Bond Jr. It's no Battletoads. You'd be better off with a copy of Yo Noid. It's not as good as Street Fighter 2010, The Final Fight. But we're kind of getting... Like, it's better than Mario's Time Machine. It's a better game than Hatris, but not by much, man. It's better than Wheel of Fortune. It's not as good as Home Alone. Like, Home Alone's not a good game, but it's again, like, there's ambition there. This feels like the opposite of ambition. Honestly, this feels like they got to the part where it came time to make a basketball game and they went, nah. Again, and you know, the level of complexity of an Atari 2600 game. Like, I would probably rather play basketball for the 2600. Not even real sports basketball. But regular ass basketball is a better game than this. If they had given it some kind of legs in terms of like, hey, here's a mode, here's a season, here's a team, here's a, like instead they just slap a number on the end of it, like, you got $2.1 million and now that's on the high score list. It's like, well, why don't you just use the score of the game, like 100 and however many points I scored or something, and go with that? It's grossly inferior to so many other basketball games on this very platform. In a world where double dribble exists and had existed for some time when this came out, like, it's bizarre. This game is just bizarre. In some ways, it feels like maybe they were just riding on the novelty of it. Hey, we've got 4-player support, and there maybe aren't a ton of those. And so here you go. But like, that ain't it. That doesn't work. So yeah, it's certainly no Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's no Home Alone. It's no Platoon. But this is just not a great port of Wheel of Fortune. The thing to remember here is that this is, it's easy to think about the average port of Wheel of Fortune and go, well, of course that's better than Magic Johnson's Fast Break. But actually, no. So Magic Johnson's Fast Break is our new number 289. Congratulations to Magic. Is Fast Break 1 or 2 words? 2 words. Does this have an exclamation point on the end of it? It seems like it should. It does not. Slammin' jammin' basketball action, says the box art. I did not experience much in the way of slamming or jamming, for that matter. But I also won by like 100 points, so what the heck? Did that go in? Did that go in? It did. Okay. There it is. Number 289, Magic Johnson's Fast Break. From your friends at Trade West and the Pepsi Corporation. All right. That's going to do it for us here this week. That might be the lowest number of games we have done on a regular episode. The last Ninja took a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought that would be a bit of a quick one, but man, the last Ninja. We're gonna have to look at the Commodore 64 version of that at some point here. I know I've streamed some of that game before in years past, but yeah, might have to take another look at that. And of course, Metal Gear. Nice to have a good game for a change. Nice to play a good game, but yeah, Metal Gear up here at number 19. A top 20 game for now. Some games we did not get to this week that we will put on the list for next week. Mission Impossible. The Battle of Olympus. And To the Earth, a light gun game. Not a good. We'll see how those fare next time. Thanks everyone for watching. Again, if you would like to add more games to the list, you can join the advisory panel today, and you get access to the Discord. You get access, you get all these bonus shows, ad-free version of the podcast, all the things you get. Come hang out. I just posted a review of the this Razer Wolverine V3 controller up on the Patreon. If you want to go read that, that's there. Because I decided to order one of those. We were talking about it on the Discord, and I was like, let's check it out. Let's check this thing out. And I picked one of those up. So I wrote all about that on the Patreon. So patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. Give it a look. And until next week, I will be here. I mean, I'll be here the week after that. I mean, yeah. I'll be here hanging out. I'll see you next week. See you Tuesday for the podcast.